What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? This is your boy Food Junkie. I'm just getting ready to head out, hit these streets and do some things. Still out of town, Um, but I was watching James Caldwell's video. We watching the replay because yesterday I was out with family last night, so I really didn't get to see it or whenever it was done. I really wasn't there to see everything, so I'm watching the replay. And I'm at the point. I'm still at the beginning, probably the first 30, 45 minutes of the video. Um, where he have on Fates, Pizarro, and someone else. I don't know who the other person was. Sorry, my bad. Sorry to that lady. Shout out to Kiki Palmer for saying sorry to that man. Sorry to that lady. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I don't know your name, but I had to stop the video in the middle of my lotion down. That's why y'all see me at the beginning of this was not. You know what I'm saying, on the bed, naked. You know what I'm saying, doing my thing. What's up, baby? How you doing? What's up, Miss Deep? See you. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? But I had to stop the video and come live, and y'all saw the title, pattern of behavior. And one thing that I'm tired of is excuse making. What's up, Deanna, baby? How you doing? Out of town again, Deanna. but one thing I'm tired of is the excuse making. And James, you know I love you, but saying I have to call you out to the carpet for this. You can't keep making excuses for people who have shown us the same behaviors time and time and time again. Next time, Diana, next time. You want to come to New York? That's the next trip. We're going to New York. Um, but I told y'all how and why I don't mess with King Roman News. I told y'all that. Once again, for those who don't know, those who don't remember, those who may have selective memory, and to me have my story changed. My stories never change because they're always the same. They're always based in the truth as I know it to be. So, several years ago, when King Roman News was first denying that he was part of Beef Sector, he didn't want to be part of Beef Sector, but yet he was interviewing everyone here on the Beef Sector. He interviewed James, Nika, Duchess. Those are the three that I've seen or heard about. And I watched the Duchess interview that King Roman News did. And he had all the guys from the Beef Sector as like a little frame, and he went one by one asking Duchess his opinion on these individual guys. I'm insignificant, I'm no one, but yet I was part of that thing as well. And when he got to me, it was, oh, do you think Food Junkie's tough? Do you think he's bad? Do you think he has tough and bad as he come out saying he is? First of all, I never said I was tough or bad. That's never been my thing. I I portray myself as who I am, which means I don't take no shit from nobody. One way. Oh, it was a while ago. That was like I said, probably maybe two and a half years, 3 years ago when that happened. But once he asked that question of me, I'm like, hold up, I don't even know you, bruh. I have nothing to do with you. And now I won't have anything to do with you because I see that you're messy for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Granted, it was entertaining, I guess, to the ones who found it entertaining. But for me, I saw it as messy. I saw that as who you are. Oh yeah, that was a while ago. This when he first came out, when he was first saying he's not beef sector, when he was first trying to quote unquote get his toe wet and see what's going on. But it was fine. Let's say no animosity towards him. But I just saw you for who you are. So therefore, I have nothing to do with you because I don't like that type of energy around me. That was when I'm trying to pull away from all the negativity and stupidity that goes on here, and I wasn't, trying to be a part of that. Like I said, this ain't me trying to beef with that man or anything like that. Sorry for that man again. Shout out to Kiki Palmer. But I see people for who they are initially. When I say pattern of behavior in the title of my video is, if y'all, I know y'all find it entertaining. People find it funny. People find it cool. People find it cute. People find it, oh my God, he's reading. He's the new king of da da da. Whatever, that's fine. That's your goal. That's your title. That's what you want to do. That's how you want to see yourself or be portrayed or seen. Go ahead and do that. But if y'all noticed, every time someone says anything that he don't like, he goes off. Drags, rose, gags, do all these different things. And we had to stop James' video because James was like, well, he only get mad for 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes, he's done. He don't come back the same way. But why every time you are touched or rubbed the wrong way, you think that it's okay to say the most vicious, vile, nasty, negative things about anyone and everyone? And everyone's supposed to forgive you and just say, oh, well, he's just fighting. That's how he fights. If you continually do the same pattern of behavior each and every time you get upset or your feelings get hurt or you're rubbed the wrong way, you do the exact same thing, that's who you are. That's who you are. That's your character. And I saw this from the very beginning. He wasn't this bad, but I saw the mess, I saw the sensitivity, all those things. Well, Deanna, it's a difference. See, there's a difference. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. Cause y'all know I will go left and drag a bitch. But every time I'm mentioned in a way that I don't like on here, I will be constantly on here screaming, yelling, pulling out my hair. From the very beginning, what did I tell y'all? I'm not going to give you 1,001 videos screaming, cussing, and yelling at you. I give you one, maybe two. Then I need to be quiet. Because I know who I am. I know what I do. Not on YouTube for y'all entertainment, but in real life to calm myself down. If I'm going to go back and forth with you on here with words and all stuff like that, we must have a conversation face to face. That's why y'all hear me say, if we're not talking about where we're going to meet up to have a conversation face to face to see if we have the same energy for each other in person, there is no need for me to continue to talk to you or to address you. Because if you can't have the same energy in person, there's no need to try to entertain the masses with some bullshit. And that's just facts for me. That's how I live my life. On YouTube and in real life. If I can't walk away from you, or if I don't walk away from you, it's going to be some issues for both of us. Hospital for one, jail for the other. That's just on period. Now, whoever goes where is whoever goes where. But someone's going somewhere. We're both not going to leave the way we both came. One going to leave on a stretcher or gurney, and one's going to leave us in handcuffs. That's just period. So it doesn't do anything for me to continue to argue with people that I can't see. Because I know, based on how they presented themselves, it's the caricature of who they are. Because they won't be that person in real life. They won't be that same smart mouth, quick-witted, you know what I'm saying, let me drag someone was in real life. That's just a period. But that's just altogether what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, we have seen, and the reason I'm saying this about King Roman is because I've been a person on the other end of this vitriol for no reason. Because you don't like the fact that I said your outfits could have been done better, although you deserve to win. You know how confused I was when someone said he's cussing me out? I say you deserve to win, but there's a couple things I would have done differently in the clothes to hit the categories harder. That's when I said the thin skin situation, because no one who won a contest, came in first in a contest, and won money, in my opinion, would have taken that as a dig. I would have done it. My thing would have been, fuck you. But if you could have done better, do it. I still got the money. End of subject. No more conversation. Because who cares what your opinion is? The money's in my account. And you watched. That's my opinion. That's how I handle things. It's not going to go to the point to where I'm trying to drag someone who has a difference of opinion based on the items of clothing that I put on my body. Especially when they said that I deserve to win. Every time someone says something that he doesn't like, it's a problem. It's this huge blow up thing. And it's a gradual, I won't even say gradual because I already saw all this in him anyway. We know Pizarro is going to be Pizarro. She going to talk her shit incoherently. She going to do her thing incoherently. She going to say the most vile shit incoherently. Laugh and ha 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 all the way through it. And still allow you on her panel. The next time she go live. No one takes Pizarro seriously. Sorry, Pizarro. It's nothing against you. Nothing against you either. That's not nothing against King Roman. But once I see somebody for who they are, I can't then unsee them. But James, it was the fact that you said, "Oh well, he always does that, and he ain't mad the next time." Like it doesn't matter. The excuse making for these grown ass, overgrown people needs to stop. That's why the behavior insists, continues. Because we have people giving people passes because, oh, they fight in the moment. But why are you fighting is the first question I ask. If what somebody said about you is not true, you know how many times I've been called a pedophile on here? Kwani, Jay Wilson, QB, all called me a pedophile. You give a fuck about what you think? One's fat, all three are broke. One's hell, all three are I think are unattractive. I'm just saying, but nothing against the people. I'm just saying it is what it is. Why do I care what these people think of me? I ain't trying to get into this with nobody, but it is what it is. Like I said, there's been vicious, vile things said about me on here all the time. And none of it's true. I don't care. I don't allow people's opinions of me to alter or change who I know that I am. But if I was to go off and fight people because they said something stupid about me that wasn't true, how I present myself, the lifestyle that I live, all that shows who I am and have shown it from the very beginning. I'm one of the few people on here who haven't changed or went through financial situations, altered their life in a negative way whatsoever. One of the few. Is that a brag? To call it what you want to call it. Haven't lost jobs, haven't lost places, haven't had to switch jobs, haven't had to switch places. When I met with people, there was no turmoil or craziness that happens after the fact. You know what I'm saying? I am consistent. I've told you that from the very beginning. Who I am, how I present myself is who I am and how I present myself. Now, will I snatch a bitch by the throat? I sure will. On here and in real life. But the excuse making is what it is. The pattern of behavior, if y'all want to be honest with yourself, I understand everyone loves King. He's the new golden boy. Oh God, he drags. Oh God, he reads. Oh God, he do this. We all had our turn when we first got on here. It depends on who you are. And who I am was not a person that wanted to be doing that all day long, every day. Because I have other things going on in my life that is positive. I'm just saying. But with the pattern of behavior that is exhibited by that adult male, I see it clear as day. It ain't my place to, diagnose anyone, but I'm just saying. There's something there that's not quite correct. I don't know if it's childhood hurt, childhood pain. I don't know what it is. But it's constantly, I feel attacked. So let me go on the defense. Why is that? You should know who you are at probably 35, whatever it is. You should know who you are. You shouldn't be defined by someone else's opinion. You shouldn't be defined by what someone else think of you, how someone else think of you. Because if it's a negative thought someone has of you, by displaying negative behaviors and never negative actions, you're proving individuals correct. Like for me, if I had my negative thought of him when I first heard the whole Duchess Clay Love interview, and he have never done anything to prove that whatever negative thought I had of him to be correct, I would just be looking crazy as someone who just quote unquote is hating. But what I said is when I heard that you asking questions that were messy for no reason whatsoever, just people who have nothing to do with you, and then the fact that you goes off a couple of years later because I said you deserve to win something, but I would have done it differently. You did have the most diversity in your wardrobe, but yet I still get whatever rap you thought you gave me. you know, that's why I didn't respond like that. I laughed because it's funny. Oh, if you would have heard what he said, you would have been. No, I wouldn't have been, baby. No, I wouldn't have. I don't care. I don't have thin skin. I'm not someone who allows someone else's opinion of me affect me one way or the other. The little bit that I did hear, okay, it's not true. So why do I care about somebody who? I'll be quiet, because I'm not trying to be messy. But yeah, why would I care about his opinion? Get yourself together first. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's the pattern of behavior. I know it's entertaining for y'all. I know he may address. I'm not trying to get to be addressed because I'm not going to respond back. Y'all know I'm not going to respond back because I don't care. But it is simply the fact that it's the pattern of behavior. Every time your feelings get hurt, you come on here kicking and screaming like a petulant child. You didn't get your way. They didn't say what you wanted them to say, how you wanted them to say it. What's up, Ronnie Big? How you doing, sweetheart? And everyone else in chat. It's the same pattern of behavior. And when you are giving excuses or permission to behave in such a way, the behavior persists. I don't care how nice you pretend, what kind of mask you put on to appear to be nice to people or be a nice person. Who you are at your core is this individual right here. Who you are at your core is this nasty, vile, bottom of the barrel, take it low individual. That's who you are. Because that's your first go-to each and every time. You think someone hurt your feelings or your feelings got hurt by what someone said about you who you shouldn't be worried about? That's who you are as an individual. Point blank and period. And the excuse of, well, he only met for 15 minutes. You know how much damage can cause in 15 minutes? You know how much destruction you can cause that can be caused in 15 minutes? A tornado touchdown in a small town for 15 minutes. That town could be wiped out. A tsunami wreaked havoc on the beachfront town for 15 minutes. Lives are lost. Property are lost. The damage is done. Someone goes on a 15-minute shooting spree. It doesn't matter if they're not the same person the next day. But during those 15 minutes, they caused destruction or possible destruction, depending on who you are. And that's how I see it. That's how I say it. The conversation James was having was great. But is that statement? Well, he only do that for 15 minutes and he's not this. That's a grown-ass man. Hold people accountable for their behaviors. It doesn't matter if it's 15 minutes, but if it's 15 minutes every time someone says something you don't like about you or don't agree with what you think of yourself, and you go for 15 minutes, that's the problem. And if the excuse is made, oh well, it's just 15 minutes. He ain't like that all the time. Someone goes on a killing spree, raping spree, whatever spree, stealing spree for 15 minutes. You know how much damage that causes? And just because you're quote unquote back to what we consider normal after that does not negate the fact that within those 15 minutes you cause all kind of craziness and destruction and damage to things. And if it was a one-off, I would have accepted the comment. But it's not a one-off. It's not a one-off. What I don't find, well, what I find kind of crazy is how people think that they need to prove themselves on here. You can cuss now. Okay, now we know you can cuss. We all can cuss. What else? We all could drag somebody. Now what else? I said, while I'm not trying to go back and forth with anyone on here, because I don't do that, based on what I'm watching on here, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I've recognized. This is why I choose to not engage with too many people on here. Like I said, I like James, you know, but I think that comment, in the context in which I heard it, in that time frame of the video that I've heard it in, because I didn't finish the video. Like I said, I just watched it up until that point. I'm like, hold up, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like giving him permission to be the most vile individual he possibly can be, as long as it don't last. But if it's always happening, if it happens more than once, more than twice, more than three times, that he was a vile individual, said some vile things, showed vile behavior, that becomes a pattern of behavior. It's not just, oh, well, he's mad at the moment. No, it seems as though you're an angry individual in general. But that's just my opinion. Who am I? I'm just food junkie, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm just someone who don't allow too much on here to bother him, because you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand that your behavior that you display on here, for people who don't know you, dictates to us who you actually are, how you actually behave in real life. They say he has a professional job. If his coworker says something to him that he don't like, does he exhibit the same behavior? If his coworker or boss says or does something he don't like, do you display the same behavior? Apply those same coping skills that you do at work. Not all of them, because sometimes a bitch needs to be cussed out. Sometimes a bitch needs to be drugged. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't drag nobody. I'm saying sometimes you need to pick and choose who and how you drag people. Yes, now we know that you can cuss. Now we know that you can roast, gag, and drag. Not me, but people. People get touching their feelings based on what he says. We know that. He can't have touched some people. Now, what other coping mechanisms do you have in place? They say you're creative. If you're creative, find a more creative way to deal with the people that you don't like, or have hurt you, or does something to you, or said something to you in a way that is not, to your liking. I understand people not gonna like this. People don't like me because I'm not gonna change who I am to appease anyone. Not gonna do it for the numbers, not gonna do it for the gram, not gonna do it for the cash app or the super chats. I'm okay. I'm so comfortable with who I am and how I am that I don't need to change for no one. If you watch it and get something from it, you do. If you don't, you don't. If you take what I'm saying as a way of me attacking anyone, no, because I'm talking about him because I had an experience with him. Pizarro, like, you know, at times I find her funny and entertaining because I don't take her seriously at all. I don't. Sorry, I don't, Pizarro, baby. I don't. You know, because that's who she is. That's who she's always known to be. But someone who people want me to think that is a professional, but behaves like this online, that's not professional to me. It really isn't. But that's just who I am. That's how I see things. I'm not going to change character or caricatures to appease people. Just like in my real life, just like I either ignore things on here or I address it head on. That's how I am in my real life. That's how I am at work. I'm not going to be cussing and fussing. Well, I have cussed and fussed at work before. I ain't going to lie to you and say I haven't done it. I've cussed and fussed with my supervisors before. Kept my job because they know if I get to that point, it's something that really is bothering me. And I've tried to address it in a way that was professional previously, and y'all don't listen or hear until I start acting a fool, you know, and someone leaves in tears, you know. What's up, True Black? How you doing, baby? But it's just funny to me how people make excuses for grown-ups who behave badly. You can't sit there and say, "Oh well, that's not who he is," when that's who we've seen him to be, especially in the past 6 months to a year. Only time he is talked about, but this sector though, only time anyone's talked about is when we're behaving badly, when we're in the midst of acting a fool, scrimmaging with one another, doing things that we shouldn't be doing, saying things that we shouldn't be saying. That's the only time that we are getting the numbers. Let y'all tell it. The cash apps and the eyes and views on us. Because that's what's required over here in this sector in order for us to get the views, to have the opinions, and things of that nature. We're not doing that or getting that because we're actually, you know what I'm saying, being positive and productive. We're touching the lowest part of our psyches to impress people that we don't know. That, you know, would never, hate to say this, but amount to much because their standards are low for themselves and for others. But yeah, look at people's patterns of behavior. If someone can't handle constructive criticism or constructive critiques without flying off the handle, feeling attacked because it's not said to you how you wanted to say it, how you wanted to hear it, or how you think that you should be hearing it, and your first response is to go off, to act a fool, to scream, yell, and be vile. And that's just not him. It's anybody and everyone. I'm just speaking of him because that's what James is talking about. I'm talking about the situation between Pizarro and him. Now, I don't know. I'm finished watching it when I'm running around in these streets to get to where we need to go. But I don't know if he came up there or not and addressed it. I don't know. I haven't got that far in the video yet. But based on that little part that I heard, I just felt like, that's kind of strange. A grown man being an excuse made of. And it doesn't matter who you like, who you don't like, whatever. Sometimes you got to be able to see people for who they are, like them or not. Like I said, just people I like on here is dwindling. It really is dwindling. Communicating with people was not, that has already dwindled to people that I'm going to mainly communicate with, you know. But yeah, I still see people for their goods and for their bads. You know what I'm saying? And it can affect me. It won't affect me. I say it could. Because like you or not, I still like myself more than I like anybody. I'm still in love with Food Junkie. I'm still enamored with Food Junkie. And no one on here will ever be able to take my place to me. You know? But yeah, I just wanted to say, it was real funny for me to hear that um, from James. You know, him saying he doesn't get mad often or stay mad. It doesn't matter if you stay mad or not. You stay mad or not. The fact that when you're mad, how do you behave? How do you act? How do you display your anger? You know what I'm saying? Or your feeling of whatever feelings you go through. Because it ain't my place to tell you what you're going through, how you feel, or how to feel that way. But what I do, I look at how you respond, how you behave. Is your first response to constantly go off and act the fool? Or is your response, sorry y'all, but is your response to act like you have a level head? To be level headed in your response, to be measured in your response. But if it seems like you're always going off the deep end because you're upset, that's what a petulant child does. It really is. That's what someone who don't have self control does. Your response should be measured. It doesn't matter what someone says about you. If it's not true, who cares what they say? If it's not something that can and will affect your real life, who cares? But that's just my opinion. But like I said, always say, y'all think that, I think I'm more one of the more level-headed people on here. But at the same time, I also know that I can act a fool, or I have acted a fool on here. I don't know if I would do that now, but yeah, you know. But yeah, I just come to y'all real quick to say that was, I'm saying, look at the pattern of behavior. So people's pattern of behaviors, for me, dictate who they are. If you respond the same way every time you're upset, and if you get upset so easily, I look at that as like, damn, what's really going on? What's really good? You know, how is it that I'm supposed to look at you any differently if I see the same thing every time I look at you? Now, it could be my own biases. It could be the fact that, I just don't like the energy that you portray. But that's what it was initially. I just didn't like this energy. Okay, don't like your energy, so let me just leave you alone. Let me not go around, let me not be around where you are. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't let me go to your page because that's not, I don't put myself in places where I don't want to be or that I'm going to feel a certain way. But if you're in the same spot that I am, let me just be cordial. You just say I can be cordial with anybody to this day. Y'all see the last time I was on James's panel a couple months ago? Got attacked by Brian? Okay, we'll see. Okay, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I don't do the. I said what I said already. I said once I said what I said, there's nothing else for me to talk about. You know, that's how I handle it. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense for me to come on here screaming, yelling, cussing, and fussing. For what reason? I said what I said, and when opportunity hits, well, it's not. We'll see what's going on. You know. So for me to sit here and argue with people and go back for people that I know for damn sure won't have the same energy in person that they have on here, I don't see the point of that. But people's patterns of behavior is what they are. Think back every time someone had an argument or someone said something that someone didn't like and how they behaved, how they quote unquote responded. Granted, it was entertaining for y'all, but to say that's not who they are, that's who they are. Because when you're angry, when you're mad, when you're upset, you show exactly who you are. If you can't measure your anger or your confusion or whatever you call it as an adult, if that can't be measured, if you fly off the handle every time, you know what I'm saying, things don't go your way, that should be looked at. That could be looked at, you know what I'm saying? But once again, who am I? I'm just a food junkie. No one psychologist, no one psychiatrist. Just a person who's observant and walked through this world, you know what I'm saying, with that same perspective for a minute. I don't want much. We get ready to go. Yeah, just wanted to say, people's pattern of behavior tells a lot about them. And because we like somebody, or find someone entertaining, or find someone interesting, y'all found Diddy entertaining at one point in time. Look at him now. Look at him now. Sorry, look at that video now. People was in love with Bad Boy. People was in love with Diddy. People was in love with that whole Bad Boy family. People didn't want to see what it was. People didn't believe people when they was making all these rumors about who people are. I believe you the first time until you prove something differently. And now the fact that, you know what I'm saying, things surface, everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon. Oh my God, so horrible. It was horrible when they first said it. I believe everything they said when they first said it because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's the same exact thing. Patterns of behavior. People don't just bust out and be their worst being. They are used to that. They're used to cussing and fussing and screaming and yelling and getting what they want. Things don't go their way, so they act a fool, throw things, throw temper tantrums. People try to leave, they snatch them by the neck, throw them on the ground, and kick them in their face, and then stomp on them. I'm just saying, y'all, patterns of behaviors don't change. People's patterns tell you a lot about them. And if it's being said by multiple people who have no contact with each other, start looking at stuff like that. But once again, I forgot. Who am I? Just Food Junkie, baby. And this is the beef section. This is what y'all do. This is what y'all find entertaining. This is what y'all find entertaining. Y'all find the worst characteristics of human behavior entertaining and fun. Because a lot of y'all, it allows you to. What was the word they was using a while ago? They use this as escapism. If you find this tragic bullshit funny and fun and a form of escapism, what do your real life must be look like? What are you going through in your real life that you need to escape to this bullshit too? I'm just saying, y'all don't understand. Y'all be talking a lot, and I be listening. It says a lot about y'all. It really does. I don't have to know you personally or even interact with you. But things that you say, how you act and behave, and what you accept, says a lot about you. Anyway, y'all, it's your boy Food Junkie. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. But as always, it's not important that I love you guys. It's more important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. Until next time, y'all, this is your boy Food Junkie. I'll have you crazy kids later. Bye-bye. Peace.